Hey, my name is Scotty, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to sketch dogs and cats with loose ink lines. Firstly, I'll show you how to sketch dogs, looking at their heads and then their bodies. Then we'll sketch cats, also their heads and bodies. And finally we're going to be sketching a scene where a person is walking a dog, which will really help us with our urban sketching type drawings. So let's start with a dog's head. So I visualize a dog's head with a circle just right in the middle, where the skull is, below the ears. Usually that circle is a good place to start. And you can see on both of these images, you can see right in the middle of that circle, where we've got that line going through there, that's where about the eyes are. And if you look at the one on the right, you can see that the eyes have two eye widths between them. So with a human, we usually have one eye width between our eyes there, but with a dog, there are two. And that's really what we can focus on for the face. So now let's do an exercise together. And to get that circle without actually drawing it, we have these 4 dots, these blue dots. 2 dots in the vertical and then 2 dots in the horizontal. So we can see here the top of the head, the general shape there. Now let's do the ears. Like that. So you have the 2 ears. And now we can move on to the eyes. Line here to show where that eye would be. To go up and then down, and the bottom one is a bit more rounded and open. Add a pupil here. The nose here, the snout, so how far does that come out? We can measure about that distance, just from observation. Come out and then down. So let's bring that down to the nose. So draw the back of the mouth, comes down like that. Mouth coming up into there with some of the teeth, just very loosely. Now we can add the detail around where we've got other lines. For the whiskers, and you can add in a few. Just little lines here just to show a little bit, like a bit there, and then around the front here. So these are the very general proportions of the body of a dog. The head, including the neck, we can go another 2 to make that whole length 3. And then the legs are the same height as that body there. So next exercise is to quickly draw this reference here of this white dog. So there we've got those 3 dots on the page. Outline the top of the head and go back to the back. Like that, right across the back here. You can see that the body width there is about the same as one of those widths of the dots up to that point. We know that the legs here are about the double down from that widest point, so down to about there. So put a dot there, bends in like this. Broken lines here, so bends back again. There we go. I'm trying to just define that circle on the head again, so you can see that one's there. Let's draw that nose in, a bit dark there. So that's about 2, and that was 3. So now let's move on to sketching cats. So you can see on this reference of the cat that we have a circle, similar to how we did a dog. The eyes are again about in the middle, but the difference between the dog and the cat is that the cat actually has an eye width between, just like a human, the eye width between the eyes. And the final proportion that I use is where to put the nose. So let's have a go at sketching this cat here, and we're drawing those 4 dots. So we start here, we put 2 dots like this, and now we outline those shapes there. The cat comes out there, across there, and then outline the ear, down, and then like that. And 2 dots on the outside of the corners of the eyes, 2 dots in between where the nose would be. Line there and aims down towards the nose, so that's where the middle of the nose would be. Aim it towards where those dots are. Fur and other lines to define these ears. Now we can move on to the proportions of the body of a cat. So like I do with all observational sketching exercises, we draw one main shape, and then we can compare the rest of the body to that proportion that you did for that first main shape. So for example, if we have a cat sitting here like this, and we draw the main shape of the head, the 3 widths of a head across to the end of the body. There are about 4 heights of a head to the bottom where the feet are. But then if you did happen to sketch a cat like this, that is perfectly in side view, we still have 3 lengths across. But then when you look at those legs down there, they're only about half the height of the body down to the floor there. Now I also wanted to show you this one, so let's do that together as well. So we'll do 2 dots like this, and then we can divide it up into 3 sections, 3 equal sections like that. Drawing that around, we'll just ignore the ears for a second, and then comes up around. It's just a little nose. The legs come down from the body half of the body width, so down there. So add that first paw in there. Do that. Ears, And then the eyes, so halfway down the head we've got a little triangle there, can you see that? And the triangle for the nose as well. And then some of the patterns. In the final section here we're going to be sketching a man and his dog. And this is for people who aren't really interested in sketching their pet as much as wanting to include dogs into their urban sketching. So outline the hat, chin is there. 2 dots, one for the shoulder here and one for the shoulder here. But then with that head length we can go down 3 to the crotch and go down 1, 2, 3. So you have 4 dots there for the top torso. And then if you want to find the length, you go that 3 heads, you go another 3 heads down to the top of the ankles. So shoulder there, and come down, and then a larger ellipse that we're drawing here to the end of the shoe there. So the dog comes from there, and the dog's head comes halfway from the shorts up here. 1, 2, 3. Just imagining a circle there, like we've done before, and then another eye in here. Curve down at the end. You can see the tongue, really nice fluffy ear. So that's the head to the neck. So another 3 lengths to the back of the dog. So halfway is the body, and then the same width of the body is the legs. Draw that in there. And then you can use some of the fur just to get that shapes there. Now we'll go back up to the person here. Circle there. And so we start with the eyebrows, and we go down to the eyes. Outlining these shapes without being too accurate. Fingers here. Leash. So let's add a light wash on the top here, and I've got burnt sienna for the skin. Let's just put that in those main areas. Ultramarine down here. Yellow ochre, and then we can add a bit of burnt sienna in. Yellow ochre, splashing it across. Okay. Here, so the head would make a shadow there, and under this arm here, underneath there, in the mouth, the back leg. Wow, what a fun tutorial to do. Dogs, cats, and how we draw dogs in an urban environment when you've got a figure as well. If you want to see the full tutorial in real time with all the different exercises and tips as I go, that'll be over on my Patreon. You've got all the references there and the templates which you can download, which will help you sketch along. We have a whole lot of other fundamental tutorials there, and you can post your sketches on the community chat, get some advice and help there. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.